Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for Monday's Q&As. And welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome, new subscribers. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this channel and what I'm trying to do here. This is a question and answer video. I'm answering your guys' questions from the last Q&A video, which was last Monday. Please, anybody, ask me anything you want down below in the comment section. Just go down below in the comment section. Ask me anything you want. I'm going to answer them in the next Q&A. Which is next Monday. I do this every single Monday. Make sure you ask me on the very current Monday video so I can answer your question. I have donations from Willa and Laura, and I want to thank both of you very, very much for your contribution, your support to this channel. Thank you very, very much. The gesture is so kind, more than any kind of price or amount you can put on there. It's just supporting me in the best way you know how with your hard-earned money. So thank you very much, both of you. I try to recommend something for you guys. Most of my viewers are recovering from abuse, some sort. And I try to recommend something for you guys, hopefully it'll benefit from. And this week, I'm getting so much about questions about shame and people dealing with shame. And I've made many videos about it. Feel free to go watch, if you're interested, watch any videos I make about topics such as shame in my playlist titled Healing CPTSD. If you know where playlists are, on the front page, you have titles at the top. One says playlist, go to it. One of them is Healing CPTSD. I have many videos in there and many things that you guys might be able to do that could help you. So this week I want to recommend somebody I think I've already recommended maybe a year ago or something. I can't remember, but who cares? I'm going to do it again. Her name is Brené Brown, and I will put her name in a link to something of her work, maybe a website or some books she wrote. But she's a leading authority on the topic, the subject of shame. And I've learned a lot from her work, and I know you guys can too. I'm going to say this right now, that all of this, and when I say this, what do I mean? I mean, you know, or let's just say people that abuse people and people that are victims of abuse. People like many of you watching this that are recovering from abuse. If I had to put it in one thing, just one, to tell you what is this all about, and I can only choose one thing. It's about shame. It's about being a good person and the fear of not being a good person. Okay, so most of my work, I'm trying to help people understand and learn that they aren't bad people. They were simply treated badly by somebody else, and the emotional pain that many of you guys have is this shame and this guilt. It hurts, and we were treated so bad. We think we're bad people. We either that be stupid, ugly, unlovable, mean, unkind, nasty, ugly, whatever it is. It's just not good, not a good person. It's so important to almost every one of us that people will hurt themselves. People allow others to hurt them because of how they feel about themselves. It's something very hard to look at. I've had many people, that were in highly abusive relationships for many years try to tell me that they don't carry any shame. And I understand that not wanting to address it, look at it, or maybe not being aware that you actually feel like a bad person. That's why you're letting people treat you bad. And if we let someone treat us badly for many, many years, we usually aren't very aware of what's going on. That's why after this experience, so many people tell me, I didn't see it, I didn't know. And that creates so much more shame and guilt. So healing emotionally is really understanding and learning and knowing the truth that you aren't a bad person. You were just treated badly. And if you made mistakes or you did something wrong, all that's fixable. And so I'm going to devote the next week or two strictly to shame, and all the videos that I do it will be about shame. Okay, because we all have some degree of it. We all carry around some of it, and it makes us do crazy things. It makes us hurt ourselves and allow other people to hurt us, and it feels horrible. We don't need to carry this around with us anymore. It causes all kinds of problems. Okay, so stay tuned. So let's get started. All I ask you guys, and I want to say this, if I ever miss one of your questions, I don't answer a question, I'm not doing it on purpose. I'll answer everyone's questions. I don't care what it is. I'll at least acknowledge you. But if I miss it or I don't understand it, if I answer it wrong, you don't understand it, ask me again. I don't mind. I don't mind repeating myself over and over again. I don't mind answering the same questions and giving the same answers. I'll try and give something a little different maybe, but this is about learning, and this is about reprogramming our brains and trying to think differently so that we act differently, so we don't keep doing this, okay? This programming started in childhood, so it's awfully hard to break. It can be. So I will repeat myself as much as possible. So ask me anything you want. Repeat. Don't get mad at me. This isn't really easy. It's easy to miss questions, okay? And please don't take it personally. Thank you. And all I ask, is locations. Please, just tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're at. You can be general. We like to know. I do, okay? Thank you. That's all I ask for. So let's get started with the first question, which is from Kayla in Alabama. Hello, Kayla. Does relationships with narcs feel like you're constantly trying to stay out of depression? I keep thinking I'm too strong for the depression to catch me, but it keeps getting so close. Also, do real relationships feel like friendships? I'm told that's just movies and not real. I think I know what you're trying to say here, or what you're saying. And if I get it wrong, ask me again, Kayla. Depression. So instead of saying narcs, let's just say abuse. I think that's what you're asking about. If you're in a relationship, nobody's impervious to being broken down. Okay, I want to make that clear, because something that not only do victims carry around tons of shame and guilt, they feel like, and I'm speaking for myself. I've been a victim, and I feel like, why? What is it? Just me? And I've pointed out many things in my videos over the years that there are reasons and stuff like this, but there aren't reasons that we deserve it, and we aren't weak for it hurting us, making us feel bad, breaking us down, making us do bad things. This is normal human reaction. Just because, we can't judge victims and how they react to this kinds of stuff. This is horrible. Everybody can be broken down eventually. I've known Navy SEALs, and Navy SEALs are some of the baddest, toughest people you ever want to meet. They're actually trained to not give up information if they're caught by enemies. And I'm going to tell you, they'll be the first to tell you that every human being can be broken down, can be broken, and it's just a matter of time. Okay, so your reaction is your reaction. Okay, and keep making it the reaction you want. Okay, keep striving for healthier, more positive, optimistic solutions and lifestyles and goals. Okay? So, can it be depressing? If you're being abused, it can be at least depressing. Okay? You're not having your needs met. You're not being validated. You're being gaslit and being left to feel like you're horrible. Of course you're going to be depressed if you're being abused. Do relationships feel like friendships? I think you mean, or are you asking me, do intimate relationships just feel like friendships? I could see that. Lacking emotional connection, and stability and security and things like this. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're told that it's just movies and not real. Well, it's real. What you experience, Kayla, is real. Okay, it's just an understanding of it that you need. It's not all fake and lies. I know they, even if this person lied to you, what you experienced is real. Yeah. But maybe they were lying to you. I don't know your situation in particular, Kayla. But keep learning. Don't just take other people's opinions of their experience. You went through this, you have an opinion, dive into it and see how you feel and find out why, okay? Thanks, Kayla. Next question is from Annie in Johannesburg, South Africa. Hello. Hello, David. Thank you so much for this awesome lifeline. Please tell me why my narc ex, after 4 years of being together, who discarded me for the final time in December and found new supply in January, why is he calling and telling me that he talks about me to new supply all the time and that he cried in her arms because he hurt me? You went on, and maybe I'll get into it, but so narcissists strive for attention. That's how they live off this kind of attention because they don't know how to make themselves feel good. Okay? They feel horrible, shame. They feel like bad people. Horrible, stupid, low self-esteem, the worst. Okay? These are guys that are products of low self-esteem. They need constant supply, reassurance, validation. He's dealing with his emotions. He's dealing with your relationship, trying to. He's not really dealing with it in a healthy manner. He jumped right into another relationship. This is why you don't do that. And now he's all talking about you, his past relationship. The person he's with, obviously, is not healthy to allow this. So why is he going back to you? He's massive impulsivity. Massive impulsivity. Massive instability, emotional instability. Doesn't know what he's doing. Not sure how he's feeling. Never knows what to do. Always doubting himself. What should I do? Can't make his mind up. Changes it all the time. Reacts like this, ashamed of what he does. He does things, crazy things, and the next day acts like nothing happened because he's ashamed of himself. Okay, he's not in control of his behaviors if he has a personality disorder. That's what that means. Okay, so he's, instead of healthy, realizing you feel horrible about this, the ending of this relationship, and processing these feelings and just worrying about you making you feel better. No, he ignores it. He lies. He comes up with a false narrative. Everything he is false. And so he has to lie to himself, and he goes and dates someone else right away that makes him feel good and reassures him that he's okay. This isn't his problem. It's yours. And then that relationship can never work. He's not ready. He doesn't know what he's doing. So it goes to crap, and he feels like crap because the hormones went down. She made his hormones go up. Those go down right away when you're this bad and depressed and impulsive. So he needs to feel good, and he goes back to you for more attention. She feels bad also. What rubbish, I know, but what motive to want me to like the new supply? He says that she's worried that he will come back to me. I read all this, and when I ignore all his messages, he goes crazy with endless messages and calls, asking me why I'm ignoring him. And if my attention. He's just getting attention. He's trying to get you to make him feel better. That's it. Validating himself. So this is why we go no contact. If he has abused you, if he makes you feel bad, stop. If the text messages make you feel bad, stop looking at them. Stop reading them. Stop answering them. Don't associate or talk to his ex or his current girlfriend or his family or his friends. Think of it as you guys have been shooting up heroin for the last few months or years, and you want to quit because you know you're going to die if you don't, but he's not going to quit. He wants you to stay right there with him, right? So him and his friends and his family all shoot heroin. So if you talk to them, you might shoot up heroin again. Life or death. Life or death. It really is. It's your mental health. The longer you do this, the worse you're going to be, okay? So end it all. End it all. End it all. All of it. All of it. Make a decision. Make a choice. If you haven't yet, maybe make a choice. Say, what do I want? I don't want him anymore. Then everything you do should support that. Okay? You don't owe him anything. I don't care how he feels. He needs to care how he feels and not rely on anybody else to care. He needs to care how he feels, and he needs to be responsible for his feelings, and he needs to take care of them. Okay? He needs to take care of his mental health. He needs to be responsible, stop hurting people, using people. He offers nothing to anybody. He just takes, so stop giving. Okay? Don't be concerned about his new victim. Don't be concerned about her. Be concerned about yourself. Okay? How do I even get him to get the pain I'm going through? You won't. That's why he's a narcissist. He doesn't have empathy. He doesn't understand. He knows he's hurting you, but doesn't really get it. Okay? Emotional connection and stuff like this means that we understand people. He doesn't even understand you. He doesn't even know who you are. It's not even important to him. That's why you're so easily replaceable. He likes a warm body that's about 5 feet whatever tall, 100 and whatever pounds, telling him, you're great, you're awesome, I'll be there for you, here's some sex, here's some whatever. That's what he wants. That's what's important to him, not to you. So you guys are different people. So find somebody else that is like you and likes the things that you like. Okay? Good luck. I'm sorry. Good luck. Thank you. Next question is, where are we? From Christina in Romania. Hello. Hi, David. Thank you for everything you do here, every word you say here. You're welcome. Question. Why ex-narc after 1 year no contact? We are co-workers. When he sees me now, he run away. Mention. I was the one running away, disgusted and afraid of him since I realized he is garbage. And I live these days the absolute satisfaction to feel strong again and he running away. Any explanation would be perfect. I'm so glad to be me again. I rather want to share this with you. Good job. Thank you for sharing it, Christina. Always love it. Always want some positive with the negative. Some optimism with the pessimism. This is what happens when we get away from our abuser. We don't contact them anymore. So, but you have to work with him, and you used to run from him, hide from him, this and that, and now he's doing it to you. Well, the reason you did it is he traumatized you. He upset and dysregulated your emotions so much that you didn't understand what was going on, and it felt so bad you couldn't handle it. And it doesn't make any sense at the time, and you thought you were some horrible person, and this abuser becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger in our heads. We start thinking and ruminating about our experiences and how horrible they were, and they become worse and worse and worse. And so this person becomes this huge monster that you become so scared of, right? But really, I mean, this happens because we don't know how to deal with them. We don't know what to do with them. We don't know what to say to them. We don't know how to stop danger and abuse and things like this. So we endured it for so long. And our brains are traumatized and scared to death of the source, him. Scared to death. Once you started feeling better, meaning once you started understanding what was going on, where he started coming back down to planet Earth, right, in your mind, and then you started really seeing how small he is, how immature he is, how young he is, how afraid he is, how weak he is, how vulnerable he is. See that? Once you started building up your self-esteem, your self-worth, your pride, your ego, back up, and all these things, okay? So at first, this is how a narcissist thinks. They don't think that we're all equal. He thinks that he's so much worse down below than everybody. And I know people that are depressed, low self-esteem, like us, victimized after this stuff, that we do too. But nothing like them. Nothing like him. Okay? It's manageable. We can handle it. We don't hurt ourselves and hurt other people because of it. That's what he does. So, he doesn't realize we're all equal. All he does is compare himself to everyone. One day he's better than one person, the person next to him. The next day he's worse than the person next to him. And the next day he's worse than that person. And the next day he's usually always worse than people. But he lies and he says, I'm just better than you. But because of no accomplishments, just says I am. It's false. It's weak. It's fragile. There's no stability. There's no structure. Nothing to it. There's no experiences that support this. He felt he was in control. He is always in competition with everyone. Because he has such low emotional intelligence and maturity. He doesn't understand people. He doesn't empathize for people. He doesn't get people's feelings and what they're doing and why. And he doesn't care. He's concerned only about him. The true narcissist. So, at one point you started feeling better. He feels so ashamed of himself, but he felt like he had you in control under his thumb, and now you don't. Now he's not in control of you anymore. Now you went and got healthy on him. Now you think you're better than him. This is the attitude extreme poverty-stricken people who don't want to do anything about it, but that's all they care about, think about rich people. They're better than me. They're all snobby and think, well, you know, they weren't thinking about you. They were just working hard and made a lot of money. They weren't trying to do it just in spite of you. But that's another subject. Yeah, hope that makes sense. Once you know, you'll feel better, and life will seem and look better and appear better when you realize that as different as we all are, we are equal. All of us. Equal. Even narcissists. We're equal. We're human beings, and human beings are equal. And once you start, you know, sectioning and grouping and labeling people as not equal, you're entering very, very dangerous grounds. Because who knows, you know, where's that line drawn now? It moves around, right? Principles don't move. They stay where they are. And it's much easier to live with yourself when you realize everyone's equal than you realize you are too. But when you start doing this and people aren't equal, you're eventually going to feel like you aren't too. Okay? Hope that makes sense. Thank you. If it doesn't, ask me again. Let's try and get one more in here. Julia from India. Hello, Julia. Hi, David. Thank you for taking up my question. You are welcome. It helped a lot. Good. Just want to ask you about something that's bothering me a lot. Later in the relationship, when I was ready, sucked too deep in, he told me about 2 other women he was involved with and how they left him. I'm at that point in my life when I want to ask them if they went through the same thing I am. You're looking for validation. Maybe to confirm everything I know, because I'm finding it so hard to believe that he did this to me. I don't want him back, but I feel like talking to at least one of these women. Should I do it, David? I can't think straight right now. Love from India again. Thank you for everything you do for all of us who are hurting. God bless. Thank you, Julia. I don't like to tell people what they should do, so that's up to you. Weigh it out, right? How will that serve you? How will that hurt you? Pros, cons. You know, what's the worst thing that can happen? Can you handle that? Is it worth it? Let me tell you that it feels good. It can feel pretty good to have someone confirm and validate, you know, that someone else that treated you badly also treated somebody else badly, not just you. But Julie, you know that. You know that. And this is the kind of self-validation that we need to learn to have. We've got to tell ourselves the truth. You can't always get validation from people. And it's not always healthy or positive. I don't think you need this. Although it may feel good, I don't think you need it, because I know that human beings can do this for themselves. External validation can be very helpful and it can feel really good, but it's never enough. And you can hold me to that. It's never enough. It will feel good, but it won't be enough. I promise. What will be enough is you learning the truth. Take the time to learn the truth and realize that this was a bad experience by a person treating you badly. And this person, and learn about this person. Learn why this person treats people badly. Because when you know that, that's compassion. And you start having compassion for other people. You begin to have compassion for yourself. Okay? And you see that people hurt other people because they're scared, because they're anxious, because they're depressed, because they're hurt. And they did the same thing too. They took it personally, which is a natural human reaction. Absolutely. Especially right away. First reaction, we take it personally. We overreact. We do it back. We're scared. We're hurt. learning this and knowing this is true emotional maturity and intelligence. And being able to validate yourself without having to go ask this woman will benefit you 10 times more than anything someone you haven't met yet can do for you. I promise. I promise. Keep telling yourself the truth. Keep telling yourself the truth. Keep striving for good experiences and avoiding negative ones right now. Okay? With negative people, toxic, stuff like this. Just clean up your life and make it as healthy and as bright as you can, and keep learning the truth. The truth being that you're a good person, not a bad person, and somebody didn't single you out. There's no way that this kind of emotional abuse happens, that it's situational, that it's just one person that they do it to, and they learn their lesson and never do it again. Not this kind of bad narcissistic abuse. Cheating, people cheat sometimes, people lie sometimes, things like this, and they feel bad and they tend to learn not to do it anymore and they apologize. This stuff, they continue to do it for the rest of their lives, typically, and they have a wake of victims behind them, guys. I read a study a couple people did once on narcissistic abuse, and I think they said for every narcissist, there's got to be at least 5 lives destroyed. I mean, if that's, even if it's 5% narcissism, I mean, it's a lot of people. It's never just you. It's never just you. No way. No way. It's never just you. Just keep learning. Understand. And you keep learning, and you don't leave it until you know that you're a good person, guys. I'm telling you, okay? The truth. And I'm not saying just reframe it. And I'm not saying just come up with something that just says, oh, I'm okay. No, you learn and understand. You'll know when the truth is right. You'll know it. You'll feel it. It'll feel good. And that's the truth. It's supposed to feel good, not bad. If you feel bad, you don't know the truth. You've been listening to somebody else hurting you. I'm telling you, okay? Hope that makes sense. That's it for part 1. I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to start part 2 in 30 minutes. Thank you, guys. If you want to support me, if you think that this information I'm giving is helpful and beneficial to you and possibly other people, you can help me by just supporting this video and making it more active by voting up or down. Tell me why, ask me a question, subscribe to the channel, and share this video in places. Give it to people, stuff like that. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in part 2. Bye.